Now, ergative verbs, why are they important? Well, let's start with what is an ergative verb. So I'm going to show you destroy first of all, which is not an ergative verb. Let's call it a normal verb, okay? And then we're going to compare destroy with break, which is an ergative verb, like smash. And I hope you will see they are different. So have a look at this normal verb, yeah? I destroyed the boat. Active, yeah? I destroyed the boat. Subject, verb, object. Okay, let's put that sentence into passive. The boat was destroyed. Okay, that's a correct sentence. We can do that. But what we can't do with the verb destroy is put the object at the front and use passive and say the boat destroyed. That is not a correct sentence, and it never will be with a normal verb. Okay, but there are a number of verbs where this third option is correct, and those verbs we call ergative verbs. Let me give you an example. I broke the vase. Subject, verb, object. Okay, the vase was broken. That's correct. That's in the passive. Now let's try putting the vase at the front and use active. The vase broke. That is also grammatically correct. Even though the boat destroyed or the vase destroyed is not grammatically correct. So normal verbs, you can't do that. Ergative verbs, you can do that. And so why? Well, with these ergative verbs, and they usually show change or destruction, or there are a lot of cooking verbs that are ergative as well, like boil and fry. So with these ergative verbs, if you use them in the passive, the vase was broken, that sounds like there is an agent involved, that somebody broke the vase. Whereas this one, the vase broke, it doesn't sound like there was an agent involved, and quite often there isn't. You know, if there's a strong wind and it blows the vase off the shelf, then you might say the vase broke, because nobody broke the vase. Yeah, it just broke. And be aware that children, if they break something, children will often say, the vase broke. It was nothing to do with me. Yeah? If they break something, they usually say this one because they don't want to sound guilty. They don't want to sound responsible. And so they use the last option, which is grammatically correct. Okay, so that's what an ergative verb is. Let me show you it with another one like smash. Yeah, it doesn't work with destroyed, but it does work with smash. I smashed the vase. The vase was smashed. The vase smashed. Yeah, and so these breaking verbs, I cracked the vase. The vase was cracked. The vase cracked. These breaking verbs very often are ergative. Okay, let's look at a few more examples. And I want you to be aware that phrasal verbs like blow up and blow over are also ergative verbs. Here's my proof. I blew over the vase. Yeah, maybe I blew over the vase. Yeah, it's possible. I blew over the vase. The vase was blown over is correct, the passive form, but also the vase blew over. Yeah, maybe it was the wind. And this one, of course, it sounds like the wind blew the vase over. The vase blew over. Yeah, there's no agent in this one. It's exactly the same with blow up something, yeah, which is destroy something with an explosion, yeah, blow up. I blew up the building. The building was blown up, passive. The building blew up. Now, if there's no agent involved, and, you know, maybe it's a chemical factory and there's an accident and the building blows up. Yeah, maybe they've got some very dangerous chemicals. They've got some concentrated sulfuric acid. It hits some pure metal of some description and it creates a huge explosion. So the building blew up. Yeah, there wasn't a terrorist bomber there or anything. There was no agent. The building blew up. Okay, so you can see that this is important. And I'm going to show you a few more examples so that I hope this information really starts to sink in. Sink is an ergative verb, yeah, what a boat does when it's destroyed. But you can say the enemy sank the boat, yeah, with a torpedo. The enemy sank the boat. You can also say the boat was sunk by a torpedo. The boat was sunk by a torpedo. But let's say there's no agent, there's no enemy. then we'd say something like this: during a powerful storm, the boat sank.